turn now to Capitol Hill, where House Republicans are vowing to continue investigating President Biden for alleged corruption after wrapping their first impeachment inquiry hearing today. Republicans allege Biden benefited from his son Hunter's business dealings while he was vice president, but so far there is no evidence to back that up, no solid evidence. That's something even one of the GOP's own witnesses brought up today, right out of the gate. And this is all happening as the government is now just days away from a potential shutdown. NewsNation's Joe Khalil is live for us tonight on Capitol Hill with more on today's developments. Joe?
Yeah, hey, Brian, this was a grueling 6-hour hearing. Now, the evidence Republicans put forward today, as you mentioned, it's not new. We've seen it before, but they say these allegations are at least serious enough to continue moving forward with investigating the president. But even their own star witness says the evidence they have right now, not enough to impeach the president. Meantime, Democrats say with just days left for a potential shutdown, there are better things Congress could be doing with its time.
The Committee on Oversight and Accountability will come to order.
Impeachment inquiry. The first chance for House Republicans to formally make their case that evidence exists to pursue an impeachment of President Joe Biden.
President Biden has lied to the American people about his knowledge of and participation in his family's corrupt business schemes.
Republicans, like House Oversight Chairman James Comer, not presenting any new facts, but rather a review of what they say is enough evidence to investigate the president further, highlighting Hunter Biden's business dealings overseas and some $15 million that flowed into bank accounts of Biden family members before Joe Biden became president.
But don't worry, unlike Pop, I won't make you give me half your salary. Mr. Dubinsky, if you saw a text message like this, would you be looking for information related to money going from son to father?
Some members highlighted texts or emails from Hunter Biden, Republicans trying, but so far failing to make the key connection between President Joe Biden and any wrongdoing, influence peddling, or bribery. Something even Republicans' key witness, conservative scholar Jonathan Turley, admits there's no evidence for yet.
I do not believe that the current evidence would support articles of impeachment. That is something that an inquiry has to establish.
Meanwhile, Democrats say this entire exercise is political, based on no evidence whatsoever.
Let's get it straight. We're 62 hours away from shutting down the government of the United States of America, and Republicans are launching an impeachment drive based on a long debunked and discredited lie.
Twice, Democrats tried to force a vote to subpoena, of all people, Rudy Giuliani, who spent years pursuing allegations that Joe Biden accepted bribes. Recently, Giuliani's associate, Lev Parnas, wrote the committee saying the allegations against Biden are bogus.
And I asked the question, where in the world is Rudy Giuliani? That's how we got here, ladies and gentlemen. And this committee is afraid to bring him before us and put him on the record. Shame.
Brian, I want to throw this in. The White House not sitting on the sidelines. They weighed in a few times today, one time with this statement here that says, quote, there are 57 hours, 25 minutes till the government shuts down. Because of extreme House Republicans' chaos and inability to govern, the consequences for the American people will be very damaging, from lost jobs to troops serving without pay to jeopardizing important efforts to fight fentanyl, provide food assistance, and more. Nothing can distract from that. Now, I spoke to Republicans today, Brian. They say they can do two things at the same time, and they can continue with this line of investigation even if the government does shut down. Brian?
Interesting, Joe. Going to be interesting to see the way it pans out.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.